Good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the September doubleheader edition of our Space 101 ASP educational webinar series. Today, I am delighted to introduce my very good friend, co-conspirator, and collaborator, Starr Schroeder, who, as her name implies, is an absolute rock star. She will be giving us the ins and outs on nutrition in space. She literally wrote the book chapter on this. Her credentials are super duper impressive, and I'm not just saying this because I'm a super proud friend, but she is a RN with background in critical care, pediatric critical care, emergency room, urgent care, and nursing management. She has conducted numerous research trials, including Restore Pediatric Sedation Study. She and I have been co-scientist astronaut candidates through the Project Possum Citizen Scientist Program. She and I have flown zero-G together. We have worked together with the ASP Life Sciences team, specifically as co-leads on the medical guidelines for commercial spaceflight lit review, which she initiated the idea and put the wheels in motion for, presented this at the International Astronautical Congress. We share she holds many memberships in the Association of Aerospace Medical Association, National Space Society. I thought this was cool because I didn't actually know Wilderness Medical Society, because I am too, which makes you even cooler in my eyes, and the Moon Village Association. I could go on and on, but I do want to leave time for her presentation today. So the last thing I'll mention is her current status. She is working on her master's degree in human factors and performance, and she has publications on new spaceflight nutritional support, future trends in spacesuits, as well as the lunar environment, all in the Handbook of Life Support Systems. So without further ado, super duper excited and super proud to introduce you to today's lecturer, my good friend and all around amazing person, Starr. Take it away.
Thanks, Shauna. I think I'm going to just take this recording and do like talk to text and make my CV, because those are all the things I am struggling to convert onto it. So there you go. So I'm happy to do this presentation. I am hoping that we can have some interaction. It'll make it a lot more fun. It'll make it more interesting. And I would love to get your insight on food and nutrition in space. So,
sure. Starr, just to interrupt, so am I to take it you're happy to take questions throughout, or would you like us to hold them till the end?
I am happy to take questions throughout, although I won't be able to see that because I have my full screen up. So maybe if we hold questions till the end, but I am going to ask questions throughout.
Sure, and I'll monitor the chat for you.
Perfect, especially in certain places. So if are people able to unmute their mics and speak, or do you have that setting?
Everyone should have that capability.
Okay. All right. So feel free. That's kind of what I had in mind, just a chat back and forth on some of these questions. So feel free to unmute your mic and talk back to me as we go along and I ask certain things. All right. So I love this picture, and I would love to think that this is what food in space looks like, although I'm not quite sure it's this colorful, but here's hoping. So as my first question to you is, if you were going to space, or someday hopefully when we do go to space, what would you want to eat? What do you want to take with you? Anybody?
Avocados.
Avocados, okay. And how would you want those? Do you want them fresh? Do you have any idea about, have you ever had them any other way besides fresh?
Fresh is the only way, but I'd really love to try them freeze-dried.
Okay, okay. Anyone else?
Pizza.
Pizza? Have you ever had freeze-dried pizza? This is a question for you later on. I don't even know if I want to ask you that now. Okay, pizza. Save the answer to the have you ever had freeze-dried pizza for later, okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, avocados, pizza, anybody else?
Oh, I'll bite steak.
Oh, that's mine, Dave. I want steak. Although I don't know how I feel about freeze dried steak, but I guess if I was gone for a long time, it'd be better than nothing. But yeah, steak, that's mine. Anybody else? I don't know how many people are on the call now, but so all of those things are possible in the state of food supply at this point going to the ISS. They do receive fresh food on occasion, and there's been a lot of advancement in freeze-dried food. And freeze-dried food is actually the first choice after fresh food for space travel because it holds its nutritional value. You can keep it at room temperature for long periods of time, and it maintains its taste. I haven't done a lot of experimenting with freeze-dried food here on Earth. I know that Cyan has, Cyan Proctor in her Meals for Mars book, but have any of you done any experimentation with freeze-dried, and what did you think about that?
No more freeze-dried broccoli after the Mars Desert Research Station. That is the hill I will die on.
Okay. Anybody else? Shauna, I have questions about SIM later, the habitat. So you'll have to talk about that in a minute. But anybody else have any experiences with freeze-dried food?
I've tried to freeze dry some fruit at home. So I have a vacuum sealed it and then put it in the freezer. Hope that might do the trick. It doesn't quite work.
Okay.
In theory, it should work because you're creating the vacuum, so you're reducing the pressure that you need. But it's a little bit more complicated, I think, the conditions.
Yeah. I definitely have never tried to do it myself. So there's freeze dried, right? And there's dehydrated, and I honestly have never really experimented with either. But from what I hear, the freeze dried is much more palatable than dehydrated. So moving on from that,